hello, hello. Hello again from the flight deck of our Airbus A320 and our continuation of our various legs during WorldFlight 2023. Today we're gonna do two legs. The first one from Faro, Portugal to Milan, Italy, and then from Milan to Lille in France. So on this first flight I'll be assisted by First Officer Crafty.
Hello. How are
Hi,
you doing this
Crafty.
evening, Captain Tango?
I'm doing good. Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing just fine.
Alright, we're getting in a groove now.
Yeah.
This is day 3? 4?
Sure,
I can't even
25?
call. No. I think it's like 20. We're not even halfway. So, but we're making good progress. We're pretty much halfway around the world, that's for sure. So Captain Pero brought us the plane. We're in turnaround state, kind of the usual drill. We try to load everything so we can get out of here before things get too crazy. I see Giant 1471 next to us, the 747, one of the other team. It's always good to see some of the other teams. So let's double check real quick that our ATIS information is still correct. No, okay. I had November, but this is Oscar. Hi, Oscar.
Airport read it's Oscar. 2,130 feet. Expect ILFC approach. Runway and use 28. Transition level 50. Wind calm, visibility 10 kilometers. Cloud. Few at 2,000 feet. Temperature 13. 2.11 QNH 1026.
Alright, well the QNH hasn't changed. We had set it 1026. Perfect. So our flight plan today has us flying fairly low once again. I think that's due to the winds. Flight level 300. It's a 2-hour 27-minute flight. We have 144 passengers on board, and we should probably start the boarding. So let me call on that real quick. Let me give you the screens. Turn around. See if that works. Good old GSX. I worked halfway. That's not too bad. Here we are. So we just started the boarding. Real quick tour. We have loaded our flight plan via A-car directly from SimBrief. Our alternate is LIPE, cost index 60, but we'll probably adjust the max speed to save as much time as we can. Flight level 300 as indicated. If we look then at our fuel quantities, if this is not your first WorldFlight video, you know that we are required to carry 90 minutes of extra fuel. That explains why we have such a large quantity. We're showing 16 ton. This is per our block fuel, and the fuel is balanced. We have fuel in the center tank, and pump number 2 in that center tank has been keeping us on our toes, I guess, giving us some ECAM actions and ECAM memos, but we'll see how it behaves. Alright, nothing too special besides that. Let me pull our charts. Not sure if we're gonna get a departure. The route is basically a direct to waypoint north of here, and then we're gonna start going east toward Spain, France, and Italy. Okay, so this can serve as a briefing for you, me, and our audience.
Okay.
Crafty, we're here in Faro. We're at stand 201, which is pretty much the west end of the ramp, so we'll have to taxi all the way. Or maybe Bravo Foxtrot, we will see what they give us. Runway 28 is in use. It's not a short runway, it's not a long runway. 8,169 feet. So we've done the takeoff calculation based on that. And departure, we'll have to see what we're given. It might be just vector. So talking about our performance data, I think we're gonna do toga out of here. We're gonna do flaps 1 for commonality, so
Got it.
expect that. Toga has us at 144. We like to see 44 everywhere. 148, 151. That was on a temperature of 14. Temperature is 13. That's even better, so no problem. 442 meters margin. All good. So I'll be doing the takeoff. It's gonna be per standard operating procedure. You'll do the call-outs. In case of an emergency, below V1 will reject on the runway. Above, we will continue with our takeoff, climb to safe altitude, and then figure out what we need to do. But hopefully no such thing tonight. So it's another night flight for us. We are operating all the flights in quote-unquote real time. So it is 22:17 Zulu right now. So be prepared for some night skies. Any question, comment, concerns?
I can't think of anything. Thank you.
Okay, usual threats. The weather's fine. We covered the runway. The biggest threat is the guy in the left seat here. So.
And the gal in the right
Oh,
seat,
come on,
especially.
you're doing great. That 1 week accelerated training was perfect. You're building on what you did last year, so appreciate you being with me. Alright, so I hear they're still boarding in the back. Let's see if we can get our clearance. 119er, decimal 13. That's already what I switched to.
Challenge 1 Charlie Tango, expect delay for push, you are currently number...
Delay for push.
Delivery, Etihad 1, Foxtrot, that's 325, requesting push.
Etihad 1 Foxtrot, expect delay for push, sequence for you is number 4.
Let me know if you
Oh
want
boy,
to do
we need to
any
get in
checklists.
And delivery, good evening, GL 44STAN201, looking for IFR clearance to Milano.
Station calling, call finally.
GL Juliet Hotel Lima 44.
GL 44, Faro, good evening, clearance information, Oscar is current, QNH 1026, cleared to Milano Malpensa, Evora 1 Victor departure, Hanoi to 8, initial climb flight level 60, squawk 2061.
Alright, but we're cleared as filed to Milano out of runway 28. I'll ask you to repeat the departure. I think it was Evora, but for the rest it's an initial altitude of flight level 60 and squawk 2061, and we do have Oscar on board.
If everything is correct, it's Evora 1 Victor departure, feedback is correct.
Evora 1 Victor 44. Alright, that's one step closer to a departure time.
At the same time,
Trying to do our best. Okay, next is ground, but apparently we called delivery for pushback. And we heard already like a fourth in sequence. So we'll try to be efficient. Okay, I've set ground. Alright, initial climb altitude, fly level 60, squawk 2061. That's in the box. I think we're ready for our before start checklist.
Cockpit prep.
Have been completed. Everything looks good. Thank you.
Gear pins, you're welcome.
Gear pins. Let's talk about our gear pins. We don't have much time, but we have actual A320 gear pins. We have 3 of those. So
For the lulls.
we did remove them before flight, so that's always
Okay.
good. So
You walked around.
they're here. No,
Airplane.
that's a first officer.
Well. Signs,
Both on.
ADIRS.
ADIRS are showing nav, no drift.
Fuel quantity.
Fuel quantity is 16 ton per hour block fuel and balanced.
Takeoff data.
Takeoff data is 144-148-151, flaps 1, and tow gas, no flex.
And barrel ref.
Barrel ref is 1026, and it is set 3 times. We're reading basically just above sea level, which kind of makes sense for Faro. Let's do the below the line before start, please.
Windows, doors.
As closed as they'll ever be.
Beacon.
Is on.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
Is set. Alright, perfect. Let's quickly check hydraulic quantities. Cabin pressure. The landing elevation is on auto, showing 800, which is correct. The oxygen is good. We have oil, which is always good. Alright, let's see. Even if we're still boarding, I wonder if we can try to get in the sequence at least for pushback.
1 Victor, departure out of 28, initial 60 and squawk 664705, cargo 836.
Lufthansa cargo 286, readback is correct. Call me when ready for push.
And we are ready for push as well.
They were ready.
Lufthansa cargo 8286,
So we'll put the departure
on the sequence.
number 8 on the
Number
sequence. Well, it is what it is.
Hello, Sunday 26 Lima, 212, escalated to Milan, please, 787, and we have QH10244.
Alright, so there is a disco which is expected in this particular case. Let me copy that in the secondary, and let's make sure we can confirm the takeoff data because I entered them before selecting a runway, so that is all good.
Departure from 28, initial climb level 60, squawk 4226, Tomjet 26 Lima.
Tomjet 26 Lima, readback is correct, call me when able for push.
And we're ready to join the queue for push, Tomjet 26 Lima.
So J-Dub stopped by. Oh, sorry.
And for
362 in the queue, please.
Station calling for push, is that New Zealand 362?
Negative, in the queue, please.
New Zealand 362 clearance?
Clearance, please, for New Zealand 362.
New Zealand 362, information Papa Assurance, QNH 1026, clear to Milano Malpensa, for 1 Victor departure, Hanoi 28, initial climb 5 level 60, squawk 6460.
New Zealand 362, clear to Milano, Vera, 1 Victor, 6,000 feet, squawking 6460.
And New Zealand 362, readback is correct.
And for our delivery, GL44 would like to join the queue for push and start out of stand 201.
GL44, Roger, you are number 10 for push.
Copy, GL44.
169 heavy.
Alright, now we have some time.
So J-Dub
We're number 10
apologized
for push.
that he's
Oh, no
working
apologies
and
needed.
can't be here. And Aspect says hello. And we're excited to see what J-Dub's been working on.
Yes,
Making
yes,
some
yes.
really cool movies. We get little sneak peeks that I enjoy. Look at that plane over there.
No, no, don't
It's
look
so
at that
weird.
plane. The challenge of this location is that planes are landing on 28, so we've seen them landing and taking off in front of us, and they typically exit the high speed past this one, and then they enter the ramp right here. 201 is the first stand on the ramp, so that's an added... I mean, it's only moving traffic behind us, but we'll have to kind of block it, I guess.
We've had 123 Alpha, we are number 11 for push. By Delta 4571.
Yep.
Delta 4571, you can contact ground 118.
So, let's talk about our estimated pushback
Look at the
time.
plane.
Look at the plane. Oh, is
Did you see?
No, I didn't.
The plane did this on when it
well,
landed.
that's more of the...
Is that a
their
bug?
altitude might be different. No, it's the difficulty of synchronizing
Uh-huh.
Station calling for push, what's your call sign?
over the network. And if there's difference in altitude on our scenery, they shouldn't go under the ground, so they kind of hit. I don't know, I didn't see it, so I can't But they're landing like one after the other.
Yeah, pretty quick. No dilly-dallying on the...
22:45 was our estimated time out.
Yeah, this one's smooth as silk.
And it's a big one. It's one of the KLM 747 that has been with us for quite a few flights.
Number 12 for push.
Jeez. The push line. Hopefully he brought us down in that list because
Rotated Papa, instruments to Milan.
2 seconds at the same time. Someone go ahead.
some,
Skyflare 2-3 for clearance.
I'll show you guys the
Go ahead.
current situation on the ground. Pretty much every gate and stand is occupied. There's 3 planes at the end over there. But yeah, thank you J-Dub for joining us, even if you haven't been able to be here in person. I know you watched quite a few of our streams, so certainly appreciate that.
Number 4 for the clearance, then I'll call you back.
What was that?
Somebody yawned, I don't know who it was. It is what it is. The French baguette?
1026.
2 seconds at the same time again.
The French accent first.
Velocity 90247 on the frequency. Velocity 90247. You can contact the ground for a push now. Is frequency 118.580. Contact ground for push space velocity 90247. Bye.
Faro, Compass 708, ready for push at stand 462.
Station calling
And
for push,
here is how it looks like.
on the frequencies for push.
As I mentioned, we're on the west end of the ramp. Oh, Neptune 11 Whiskey, I believe, to the right of the Delta LL. I wonder if it's the one we saw. Alright, Giant 1471 is the Atlas Air. Then there is a plane doing push-ups.
More like a handstand.
Handstand, yeah, you're right, you're right. Well, it is what it is.
A wobbly handstand. That is so bizarre.
It is French baguette. Yeah, no, that's usually during pushback there's some bug, but here, like, it's seriously bugged.
You are number 6 for clearance. I will try to activate. French baguette to the Whiskey Foxtrot. I don't know if your flight plan, if you could keep up.
That's the big 747 from KLM. Hopefully they're not gonna clip or
Oh,
empennage. I'd rather not have to do the paperwork. Alright, while we have a little bit of time here, make sure you listen with me, because if I miss the call, that's... I don't want to lose 10 spots. So no flex.
Yes, I have your flight plan. Thank you very much.
We are trim setting now that we have everybody on board is going to be up 0.1.
oh, the pitch trim? Up 0.1?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I put it there. Let's do
Thanks.
some of the ACAR, so I'd already pre-enter pretty much everything except for our uplift in terms of fuel.
724, information Papa student QNH 1026. You are clear to destination Milan or Buda 16 for departure current weight. Initial 5 level.
This airplane that's landing looks really interesting.
Is it going backward?
UFO-ish. Yes, it is.
Oh, it might be somebody just repositioning.
Floating. Someone
I don't know,
parked. I don't know, that's
repositioning
weird.
themselves. I don't know. No, he's moving towards us. Yeah, it's not pretty. Oopsie. So we
Delta 511, Faro.
It's more like
have
an
a
angle,
total
not
16
really
tons
backwards.
of
Yeah.
fuel,
Clearance, confirm headed copy.
and the fuel on
Oh.
board
Delta 511,
after we parked here was 8680.
Destination Milano. Vura 1 Victor departure.
So our total uplift was 9150 liters, and it was a Shell truck. We'll put that in there. Fuel temperature, fuel density, and we documented the 90-minute extra per WorldFlight requirements. So that is all good, I think. Just enter a parking position 201. We will do a pushback eventually. Hopefully.
Oh, look at this.
Usually, well, it's kind of a point of view that is.
Someone just went right through us.
Well, no, we're there. You're looking at us.
Oh, okay. Oh, see, he did. The planes are.
Alright, so what we should do as well is, now that we know our departure, is the Evura 1 Victor, which is pretty simple. It's runway heading until we reach FR612 and then a 90-degree turn to the north to Evura, and we need to make sure we cross Evura at or above flight level 60, which is not going to be an issue.
Portugal 106, stand by for clearance, short number 2. Alitalia Portugal, confirm headed copy clearance.
Ready to copy, Alitalia Portugal.
Alitalia Portugal, information top side unit, QNH1026. You are cleared to Milano, Vura 1 Victor departure off runway 28. Initial climb flight level 60, squawk 5461.
Someone else got to push back.
Did you see somebody pushing back?
Yeah? You don't see him?
Where?
Right there.
The Thompson?
It says WorldFlight team.
Oh, that's... Yeah, I'm surprised they're moving because there's a plane behind them.
It's a good idea. WorldFlight team. Let everybody know.
Oh, look at this mess.
Are you gonna be here a while? Are all these people waiting to take off?
Well, not even take off, just push back. I think the takeoff queue is fine. Looks like they prefer to keep us on stand.
I mean, but eventually everybody who's pushing back is taking off.
Yeah, yes, hopefully. But if they kind of pace the pushback, then there's not necessarily a long line forming.
KLM-1, correction, KLM-1999 on the frequency. Oh, it's fixed. KLM-199, you can contact the correction, the Faro ground, the frequency 118.583.
So looking at the map, there's only one aircraft holding short of 28, so it's really the releasing from here. And here's a little view from the tower in Faro, pointing at our GL Air and all the traffic. I believe this might be Neptune 11 Whiskey just entering the ramp. I don't know where we're gonna go park.
Itaro 284, Faro.
Tower 384.
Itaro 284, contact ground 121, correction 118.580 for push and start.
118.580, Tower 384, thank you.
Giant 1471, I have clearance, confirm headed copy.
Ready to copy, Giant 1471.
Giant 1471, sorry for the delay, information passage student QNH 1026. You are clear to Milano Malpensa, Evora 1 Victor departure, runway 28. Initial climb flight level 60, squawk 4234.
So we're waiting for pushback, right?
Yes, and I think what I'm gonna do, hopefully I won't regret it, is to call the GS6, the ground personnel, because I don't want that to delay us, but they'll wait on us. I think there is no reason they would push us any other way than to the left. So.
Expect you're pushing about 5 minutes or less.
Alright, Giant 1471, thanks.
Because he gave us number 10, I don't know how many, I didn't count how many he told to switch to ground to request pushback. So.
We are ready for pushback.
So is this the guy that's gonna push us back?
Yep. As the
Who's waiting?
well, they're doing what they need to do with the nose wheel. Yeah, the bypass pin. Okay.
Go ahead. Neptune 1 Charlie Bravo for push and start contact ground, frequency 118.
That's the guy that was on the other side, the other Neptune.
There's another. Okay.
Landing? Is that 47 Charlie? My money is on 47 Charlie.
Is that British Airways?
1471,
Yes.
contact ground, frequency 118.580 for push and start.
118.58, Giant 1471.
Looking a little weird.
Wizz Air 123 Alpha Faro.
Wizz Air 123 Alpha, go ahead.
Contact ground 121, correction 118.580 for push and start.
I mean, he's switching a few people to ground, so.
580, thank you, great night.
Portugal 1906, I have your clearance, confirm headed copy. Ready to copy.
Alright, let's roll the dice. Nose left.
1906, the information path is student QNH 1026. To Lisboa, or the 1 Victor departure.
And we'll be fully ready.
Initial climb flight level 60, squawk 0515.
Information Papa current status on board, local connection 1026, clear to Lisboa, radio Demi 1 Victor departure, runway 28, aviation climb 060, squawk 0515.
Portugal 1906, feedback is correct.
Air Portugal 1906, if you could put us on the queue, please, that's what we should start, that would be great.
XRM, you can expect your push in about 8 to 9 minutes.
Oh, that's not too bad. 8 to 9 minutes.
Next one Charlie Bravo on the frequency.
And we should be going pretty soon. Think?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you
sorry.
told him to go to ground. That's good. What's that?
Then we should be up soon, right?
Well, frequency 118.580 for push and start.
118.580, thanks very much. Talk to you.
Yeah, which. Listen carefully.
Faro, delivery Copa 708 and waiting for push and start.
Copa 708, you will be pushing in about 4 minutes. I will call you back.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Oh, Challenger 700 or something like that.
And Flare 5522, what are we in the sequence?
Where on earth are we in this? I mean, they're doing a good job based on traffic.
Number 2, thank you.
And everybody's gonna start asking, what number am I?
No, I mean, I've thought about asking so that I would know when to ask the ground personnel to move in position, be ready. What is that Delta airplane doing? think it's a Delta. I can't even recognize. I would have to look like this. Yeah, I know you want that. That aircraft needs to go.
I don't understand what kind of bug causes
Well,
that.
I don't know. That's why it's called bug.
Air Jamaica 2, hello, with you at stand 323 with A Jamaica back on.
Well, thanks for being
It's like
patient
doing
with us.
somersaults.
Yeah. Let's see if we can give everybody a little bit of
Air Jamaica 2.
music, maybe?
Jamaica 2,
What's that?
It might be a little experimental here.
For Milano, information Papa is Q&H 1026. Clear to destination, Vura 1 Victor, departure, Hanoi 28, initial climb, flight level 60, squawk 5433.
Dude, I'm sorry, set departure again?
Departure is Echo Victor, uniform Famil Alpha 1 Victor, Vura 1 Victor.
Okay, Jamaica 2, A's information, Papa turn altimeter 1026, the Evan
Ooh,
1 Victor,
that guy.
level 60, and squawk 5433.
So that might be another Speedbird. I don't know if it's 47 Charlie. 47 Charlie might have just landed. Because I think I had put them in a different livery so that we can
Oh, to be able to recognize
them as much as possible.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I wish we had a French baguette livery. But,
I know.
We asked.
And they just never got back to you?
Oh, they were on strike. Alright. That joke count +1. Ding 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 ding. What I love with the ground crew, it's like your GPS. It's very patient. You know, you can miss every turn.
Yeah,
they will just, wait a little bit and then ask you to release the parking brake. But I need my pushback clearance for that. One thing we could do for additional situational awareness is that I saw there's a VOR on the field. I don't think our first waypoint, Faro 612, uses it, but we could hard tune it. Well, it's already hard tuned. But if there were multiple VOR, that's something you might want to do. I'll hard tune it on my side. And then that will allow us to get DMA and direction from the VOR, but I don't see a distance from the VOR, so... Okay, is everything else... GL44?
GL44, you can contact ground on 118 580 for push and start.
Obrigado! Going to ground, 118.58 GL44. Alright.
Continue taxi speed responses.
And ground GL44 stand 201 ready for push.
GL44 calling for push. Edward 47 Charlie, actually apologies, let's change that stand just become available.
So I guess he has his own queue.
So that he can tell people when they need to get their push.
Yeah, looking at the situation on the ground.
1755, bye-bye.
KLM 199 is for you, tower 120.755, bye-bye.
It's still pretty congested. Well, we'll get it going.
At Neptune 1 Charlie Bravo and with their 123 Alpha, I haven't forgotten about you guys yet.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Kilometer 260, are you facing east or are you facing west? Or rather, are you facing the 747 or...
Are you facing up? Are you facing down? Oh no, Thompson pushed back the wrong way.
I'm sure, but I can spin around. Hang on.
That guy pushed the wrong way. He's facing this way.
Like what I did on my
I'm not sure what GSX is
driver's
to do.
test
I'll
when I
do
was
a
trying to get my
180
license.
260, but give me just 2 minutes.
Perfect, thank you.
Blame it on GSX.
Hello, ground Skyblue Radio 1 off of 28 on Papa.
Yeah, because he's blocking everybody now. The whole flow is like this, and he's facing west. Oopsie.
Radio 1, hello, good evening. Let's go Papa Bravo stand for 75.
Okay, so what was it 22:45? Okay, our saving grace might be, well, no.
Good morning, Claire.
Which time did we have? We had 2245. And we'll... Okay, we had 30-minute taxi. So, certainly doesn't take that long, but we've seen in Melbourne that it can take 20 minutes to get 20 yards. But the way they work here, there's only 3 planes in the departing queue holding short.
Bravo Papa, holding point 28, subject 260.
Has he turned around? He has. Yes, turn. Alright, let me get ready for our taxi. I mean, that's the next step. We need to push back first, but it's Bravo Papa.
Track 1471, taxi Bravo Papa, holding point runway 28.
That's probably what we're gonna get, Bravo Papa. Holding point runway 28.
Tower 811 Foxtrot.
787. Look at that beast.
And ground GL44, I know you're doing a great job and you haven't forgotten about us. Oh, I didn't get it. Was it us? Did it call me? Was that for GL44?
1 third gear, Bravo.
I'm jinxing it.
GL44, 747 is behind you, 1 step past, push the proof facing east.
Behind the 747 passing behind us, we're gonna push them back facing east for GL44.
Skyblue Radio 1, hold position for now.
I don't know how we would see. I think it's gone. I mean, it's big enough. Except for an A380, you can...
Neptune 1, Charlie Bravo.
Let's see. Let's go. Let's do it. Alright. We can start number 2, please.
What we didn't do? Okay.
Are we done with the before start, right? We had done it.
Well, but we didn't
below
do the
line.
engine.
Well, good.
Clear to start, or the.
Well, you clear to start
okay,
engine
gotcha.
number 2.
Yeah, engine 2 started. Sorry.
Alright, let's monitor
Confused.
the start sequence. Well, sometime, yeah, it's the hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
That's the yeah, this is the one world. That's 47 Charlie.
Okay, so we are pushing back.
And Neptune 11 Whiskey, their inseparable friend from the UK, is on the other side.
They're mating with?
No, there's no mating.
Okay.
Not that I can tell. Alright, let's keep an eye on our wonderful engines here. CFM56 starting. We have fuel flow, EGT rising. Oh, don't go so far.
Okay,
Jessica.
engine 1 started.
Let's start number 1. Well, I guess we might have the luxury of immediate taxi because, well, no, he's sending the aircraft on Bravo, on Papa.
Yeah, but it
all
seems
the way
like
to
they
Bravo,
take off
but-
pretty quickly after.
Are we behind Neptune 11 Whiskey? How far is GSX gonna push us? I'm a little reluctant to abort the pushback. Okay. How far is it gonna push us? Don't push us on Papa, that's gonna be a drama. Oof. Oof. Alright, parking brake set. We have a good
Okay,
start on
yeah,
number
so we
one.
have
We can do the
chrono.
after start flow. And let me know when you're ready for the
Flaps 1. And let me do the transponder.
Giant 1471, contact tower 120, that's fine, goodbye.
And pitch trim looks like it's at
Just-
about
yeah,
0.1,
just
right?
0.1. Yeah, we're
Okay.
good. Thank you. To break. I mean, there's still
And
reason ground
APU
cruise.
bleed and APU master SW I'm turning
Yep.
off.
Can come off. No APU needed for
And
takeoff.
I'm ready for the after
Or we-
start checklist if you want to do that.
Yeah, let's do the after start checklist real quick.
Anti-ice.
Not required.
ECAM status.
Is normal.
Pitch trim.
Is set 0.1 up.
And rudder trim.
0. After start checklist completed. Alright, let's get going first. Is that the pump? It is the pump. It is the pump. It is the pump. It is the pump. See you next time. Alright, let's do a quick flight control. But that's all we're gonna do. You ready for
I'm
flight
ready.
control check?
Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Rudder. Full right. Full left. Neutral.
475 looks like there's a aircraft in it.
Seems one just bought beside it. Yeah, let's take 465 or 463, your discretion. Thank you.
Okay, we'll do that. Scott, we will. Thank you.
Ground at 2 Charlie Bravo, red taxi.
Engine 1 Charlie Bravo, thank you. Taxi via Bravo and Papa holding point runway 28.
Bravo, Papa, holding point runway 28.
And ground GL44 ready for taxi.
GL44 taxi via Bravo, Papa holding point runway 28.
Bravo Papa holding point runway 28 GL44. Alright. Good. We clear on your side. Okay, we're gonna just join the Congo line, the mini Congo line behind Neptune, but it's not. I don't think it's 11 whiskey actually. I know I call it. Alright.
And
Brake check.
GL44 for your information, once you reach the runway, you should be number 5. Would you like to wait, or would you prefer to depart via Romeo Delta and be number 1?
Let's go for number 1 for GL44. Appreciate the shortcut.
Yeah, difficult question.
Yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer.
Bravo, Papa, Romeo Delta.
Bravo Papa Romeo Delta, hold short 28 GL44. Yes, sir.
You're number 1 in my book.
Thank you.
Head Faro ground, is United 661, is Lufthansa gonna move in front of it?
That plane looks like it's about to back up into you.
Hopefully not.
661, whereabouts are you?
So Bravo is the next right. Is this guy backing up?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Okay,
Looks like he's
hopefully
backing
we'll
up
clear.
right into you. Are you ahead of him?
I don't know. I think we can clear it.
452, request push and start.
I think we can clear it.
Ground Aussie 121.
Because technically we should be here, but those are parked really close.
Requesting push and start.
Okay, so I'll turn right here, then left on Papa, and we'll have a fairly short time to do everything. Can we start the before takeoff checklist, please?
Flight controls?
Been checked?
Flight instruments?
Checked?
Briefing?
You have been briefed, I've been briefed.
Flap setting?
Big 1,
V1,
144,
VR,
148,
V2,
151.
flex temp,
No flex toga, which will
ATC,
help with our shortcut. ATC is on.
ECAN memo.
Is takeoff no blue.
Any updates for the
Nope.
briefing?
When you're taking to it and the expected star, sit. Ooh, don't. Alright, let's do below the line.
Cabin crew,
Has been advised.
engine mode selector,
Is normal.
and PAX.
It's PAX on takeoff, so before takeoff checklist completed. Down below the line.
Yeah, we push back.
Okay, we better not miss Romeo Delta. Okay, so this is Charlie 1.
We're greater than 3 minutes, so
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
clearing that out.
Thank you.
Ground United 69, stand 3248 of Papa, QNH 10.
I mean, we would be number 3.
969, collision Alpha. Quality 121. Aircraft behind will be.
We want to be magnanimous. And
David
oh,
A
no,
says
there's
hello
not-
from Kansas City.
Roger.
So now
Oh,
we know
that's
where he
he
went.
is. He must
Yeah.
have. I think his wife has family there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on our right, Romeo Delta, so it will change our takeoff performance. But luckily we had put toga in there with 440 meters. We should be good. Alright, this is Romeo Delta. So it's gonna be quick. So the runway is on our right.
There's
Yeah.
the double lines and double dashes.
Yes. Okay, everything looks good.
And I'm ready to press the chrono buttons as soon as you say takeoff.
Yeah, I mean, we might get a lineup and wait. We'll see.
Okay.
There's an aircraft on a 5-mile final, so the TUI will go.
GL44, contact tower 120.755.
Over to tower 120.75. Thanks for the service.
Fine.
It's cleared for takeoff. Bye-bye. Contact departure 119405. Clear takeoff 28, subject 268 now. Neptune 1, Charlie Bravo. After the, behind the departing traffic, runway 28, line up and wait behind.
I was too late.
Line up behind the departing Tom Jones, wait.
And tower GL44 holding short, Romeo Delta.
Hello.
He's like, yeah, we got it.
Subject 443, expect a late landing clear.
Understood, subject 443.
Why did they have their strobe on?
Hmm?
Why do they have their strobe on?
He's on an active runway. That's a Neptune, but it's not 1-1 whiskey, as far as I can tell. You see all of these? There is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, go around. No. What happened to that balloon?
Subject 443, traffic departing runway 28, confirm inside.
So we have traffic.
He's on the go around and the, yeah.
Confirm you got the traffic?
Confirm we have the traffic, subject 443.
Yeah.
And he
Bummer.
has a truck.
Continue as published, contact approach 109
Yeah, sometime that
Too
happens.
bad, so sad.
We did one on our very first flight into Wilkins, Antarctica. Sorry. Alright, better be ready. But you know the drill.
Thrust set, 100 knots, V1, rotate, positive rate.
That's right.
That drill?
Yes.
After I reach over and slap you, I mean hit the chrono button.
So am I blocking? Hopefully I'm not blocking.
Hello.
But we are the whole short. We barely see it on the corner, and I see it here. He hasn't cleared up. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Because he might have. And another guy. Oh no, that's the aircraft doing the go around. Alright. I mean, that's.
1 Charlie Bravo after the departure contact approach 119.405, break wind 010 degrees at the north runway 28, clear for takeoff, over.
Okay.
Clear for takeoff 28, contact departure 19.405, departure 1 Neptune 1 Charlie Bravo.
So that's the other Neptune. Yeah, sometimes when you try it, it's like trying to speak too fast on the frequency, and then people have to ask to repeat.
Lima 44 behind the departing
Defeats the
traffic,
purpose.
wait, line up and wait behind.
Line up and wait behind the departing aircraft on the 28 and behind GL44.
Faro Tower, Jetstar 20, establish 28.
Jetstar 20, 18, because it reduced to minimum approach speed.
They don't want another go around.
Wait, we check 010 degrees at the north.
Continue approach minimum speed, Jetstar 20.
Let's start the chrono already. So that's done.
Done. Chrono started. Both sides.
Final checks. Everything looks good. Departing.
With Hotel Lima 44, after departure contact approach 119.405, break wind 010 degrees at 2 knots, runway 28, clear for takeoff, bye bye.
Clear for takeoff runway 28, and we'll contact departure GL44. Okay, let's go. Getting 50%. Man, Toga, SRS, runway, auto thrust is blue.
Thrust set.
I'm going, Jetstar, I'm going.
$100 knots.
Checked.
Jetstar 20, wind 010 degrees at 2 knots, runway 28, clear flight.
Right, clear flight, Jetstar.
V1.
With it, 1, 2, 3,
Rotate.
behind the landing traffic, runway 28, line up.
Yeehaw!
And we're off. Positive rate.
Gear up.
1, 2, 3, alpha.
Gear up.
Tower Aussie 121 with you, ground us gave us Romeo Delta, holding short of runway 28.
32.850.
And the landing gear lights are extinguished.
123.350, jet 1, Foxtrot.
And negative 132.850.
About it, it's 132.850, jet 1, Foxtrot.
Have a good one.
And departure GL44 passing 1500.
Joe 2 with Hotel Lima 44, Faro identified. Continue climb to flight level 240, west bending 3000 feet, direct LVAR.
Continue to climb to flight level 240 and passing 3000 feet, direct LVAR, GL44. Jeez.
Speedbird 357, contact tower 120.
Can't even
120.755.
remember my call sign.
Speedbird 1 Whiskey Foxtrot, clear direct approach, runway 28.
Clear direct 28, Speedbird 1 with Foxtrot.
Let's go flaps up, please.
Flaps up.
Tomjet 26 Lima, contact Polish Glow 132.850.
132.850, Tomjet 26 Lima.
Okay, I'm waiting for
KLM
3000.
Continue climb to flight level 240.
And here we are. Direct LVAR, execute.
Easy 412.
Easy 412, Faro identified. Descend to flight level 60, direct get.
Alright, let's do the after takeoff checklist down to the line.
Landing gear,
Descend flight level
Up,
60,
flaps,
go
retracted,
packs.
412.
Hold on. Yeah, and packs, sorry, packs are on. Takeoff checklist completed down to the line. And we can go standard
Done.
3 times, so we can do the below the line.
Barrel ref.
Is set standard 3 times.
Time to cruise.
Well, let's get to cruise.
Time to get to cruise. Let me cruise.
Alright. That was a little bit of work, but we got it done.
Yeah, it's like hurry up, wait,
Hurry
hurry up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's,
Oh, the
so
first officer side of the camera's frozen.
already.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can try to restart it. I'll try to restart it when we have a sec, but that camera has been giving me problems from day one. I thought I had found a fix by reverting to an older firmware, but because I'm not the only one to have the problem. Let me figure out our next frequency. 13285. Yep. That's what I heard. That's what I had scrabble here.
Good evening, Wizard 123 Alpha airborne from runway 28.
Wizard 123 Alpha Faro have all identified. Continue climb to flight level 240.
Continue climbing 240 with the 123 Alpha, thank you.
Approach Scandinavian 447 with you flight level
Master caution. Fuel center tank pump low pressure, but we did the thing. Okay, let me put the autopilot on.
Flight level
Ecam
60,
action.
and you know what the altimeter is?
Fuel, well, it is low pressure. It's
What's
off,
the
so.
altimeter over Vero?
Alright, we'll have to figure out what that bug is. Alright, clearing status.
Scandinavian 447.
Clearing ACAM, clearing status.
Given 199, still with Faro approach, contact Lisboa control 132.850. Easy 412, reduce speed 200 knots.
Yep, I'm frozen.
You're frozen, man.
I'm very, very still. But you're moving?
For direct to Petzl, Wizard 123 Alpha.
Can request G5, turn left heading 020.
So we didn't really use the departure.
Scandinavian 447, proceed direct to KMT.
Correct.
We got the direct as expected, pretty much per the WorldFlight route.
Easy 412, clear the ILS approach, runway 28.
Clear ILS approach for runway 28, easy 412.
No, it's sending us to Reedy. Hold on 1 second here. Let me make sure we are doing what we're doing what we're supposed to do. Okay, where's my flight plan here? I'll look at the chart real quick for route. Man, there's no times for like 20 pages.
Level 1 Charlie Bravo, contact Lisboa 132.850.
That's not gonna give me the answer.
Thank you very much.
Scandinavian 447, descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 1026.
Send 3,000, QNH 1026, Scandinavian 447.
For the 723, turn left heading 030.
Heading 030 for the 723.
Contact 443, contact tower 120.755.
Tower 120.7255, time jet 443.
I confirm 120.755.
120.755, time jet 443. Hello, Skyflyer 238 is 4,000 for 6,000.
Skyflyer 238, far wide 85.
He had given us LVAR.
Went back 3,000 feet to direct LVAR.
I direct to Alvar and flight level 240 for Skyflyer 238.
Scandinavian 447, fetal speed 200 knots.
Speed 200 knots, Canadian.
Where's LVAR?
Scandinavian.
100 speed 29.
Standby, call you back, break, Scandinavian 447, turn left, heading 180.
Okay, LVAR is there.
Canadian 447.
Almost looked like I entered the wrong one. I wonder if I was just over and it switched.
244 with you, flight level 110.
Okay, so correcting to direct LVAR. And then we'll clear the discontinuity after that.
180 and QNH 106.
Okay, I'll have to look at the video. What I suspect happened is that I had the correct direct on the LSK left, but we just flew over a waypoint and everything moved up, and accordingly I gave us a direct. That's why we should have checked. I should have checked that it was taking direct LVAR, but I think we have corrected this, so and it's not a huge difference, but might as well do it right. But it seems like he's giving a shortcut to other aircraft. Possibly. Oh no. It was incoming traffic actually.
From that one, Victor Bravo, start left heading 170, descend 3,000 feet.
Left 170.
Yeah, actually our route takes us to the north first, then across the border with Spain, and then a turn to the east. Over Madrid, and then over the Barcelona and the Mediterranean Sea.
Speed 180 knots, Canadian 447.
From that one, Victor Bravo, continue west turn, heading 130.
Left 130, Bravo.
Canadian 447, proceed direct to KFC, clear direct approach, runway 28.
These controllers have been busy.
Yep.
Because for us, you said, and rightfully so, it's hurry up and wait, but for them it's hurry up and hurry up and hurry up.
Yeah, yeah. You would welcome a little wait in there.
Contact tower 120.755. What was the minimum speed, please?
That's the minimum approach speed.
Minimum approach speed, 573. Thanks very much for your assistance. Bye-bye.
Jet 1, Victor Bravo, I need you to descend to 3,000 feet.
Descending now, from Jet 1, Mr. Bravo.
Flight 5522, far wide 85, continue climb to flight level 240, went back 3,000 feet, direct to Elmar.
Direct Alvar and climb 6,000 feet, and we'll
Well, I apologize for the camera issues. I'll see. Over to Lisboa on 132.85. Thanks for the service, GL44.
Get the G5, turn left.
Alpine 6810 kilo identified, climb to flight level 240.
Flight level 240, Alpine 68 Tango Kilo.
Lisboa GL44 passing flight level 216 for flight level 240.
G-Hill 44, Lisboa identified, continue climb to flight level 300, confirm flight level requested.
Continue to climb to flight level 300, and yes, that is our final climb level for now.
Close it.
Alright, flight level 300 set. So he's apparently surprised that we're not going higher. Obviously it's a longer flight, and typically it would be, you know, 340, 360. Might have been more favorable. I did the flight plan a few hours ago, so maybe the winds have changed, but let me look.
Honda Jet has
Flight level
joined.
changed.
Acknowledge that we are off on another adventure. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And yes,
Half of
it's
us.
also unfortunate that the stream is frozen.
Yeah. But was it choppy? Because we had that problem too.
Is it choppy on the
Let's see.
non-frozen? So
Well, it was spinning also, right? Let me
Yeah.
ask him.
I'm asking him right now.
Eligible GL44 with a request? Did we drop from VATSIM talking about problems?
Ooh, I don't
Got
hear
quiet.
anything. They're very,
we
very
still
quiet.
have
Oh, there they are.
we still have TCAS.
G-Hill 44, go ahead.
Yeah, request 2 minutes outside the cockpit if possible for GL44.
Report back.
Will do, GL44. Alright, so let me see what I can do here.
Ryanair 35 Lima identified, climb to flight
We
level
can
240.
do
Are you able to follow left
this.
turn?
40, yes, we are able to do a left turn.
Ryanair 35 Lima, roger, flight left, direct to Conti.
Direct to Kunti, flight level 240, right now, 35 Lima.
Visible, good evening, Skyflyer 23.
So you're trying to
level
fix it?
230 for 240.
Skyflyer 238, please will identified, climb to flight level 340, confirm level requested.
Alright, flight level 340, request flight level 430 for Skyflyer 23.
Skyflyer 238, roger, climb to flight level 360, standby for higher.
Alright, 360, Skyflyer 23.
Delta Tango Alpha 652, deixa para nível de voo 100.
Deixa para o nível de voo 100.
Twin Jet 26, contact Aerocontrol 135.075, boa noite.
135.075, Twin Jet 6, obrigado, boa noite.
New Zealand 362, contact Aerocontrol 135.075, boa noite.
There's the call. New Zealand 362 over to 135.075. Thanks for the good service.
Itaro 284, contact Aerocontrol 135.075. Good night.
135.075, power 284, bye-bye.
Giant 1471, contact Aerocontrol 135.075, boa noite.
135.075, try 1471, get in.
Good evening, Airport Field 68 Juliet, Papa 2.
Scale 68 Juliet, Papa Below, squawk 2244.
Scope 2244, Airport Field 68 Juliet, Papa.
Scale 68 Juliet, Papa identified, mission to flight level 250, Port 9 Alpha arrival.
Descent flight level 250 and 149 at Portugal, arriving shoulder. Portugal 68, Juliet Papa.
Papa 68, thank you. Proceed direct as well. Continue climb to flight level 320.
This sounds like level 70. Airbus VATSIM Juliet Papa.
Etihad 1 Foxtrot, contact Eurocontrol 135.075, boa noite.
Over to Eurocontrol, Etihad 1 Foxtrot.
So, control, flare 5522 climbing, flight level 19,000 for flight level 24,000.
Station calling, say again your call sign.
Flare 5522.
Alright,
Flare 5522,
gonna force the reset on the USB
We'll continue our climb.
GoPro
flight
camera,
level
but I
240,
suspect as it failed so early that it's gonna be an issue.
Flight level 380.
Oh, we'll see. So we're in climb at 300. And Lisboa GL44 is back with you.
Hill 44.
Alright. So I never did my checks. So flight plan, everything looks good. Rad nav, just to show the example where I hard coded it and I can clear it. Now it's back to auto tuning. Progress page. We're still showing our departure airport that I had put in case of a return to the field. Let's say that Madrid would be our next alternate if we had time. If it's an emergency, we'll look for a field a little closer, but what we can do is calculate the EQE time point, which by default populates the page with departure and arrival. So we'll keep the departure, so Faro behind us, but I'm gonna put Madrid, which is Lima Echo Mike Delta, I believe. And we're gonna use the current winds to increase a little bit the accuracy. 336 at 61. Alright, so then our ETP, and you can see it on our ND, is 51 nautical miles ahead of us. So in case we need to divert, before that we would go back to Faro. Past that ETP we would go to Madrid. So for now I'll keep Madrid in the keep Faro in the progress page, which is already a good 120 miles away. But once we reach our ETP, Madrid being currently 195 miles away, I'll enter Madrid, and then we can do the same thing as we go along. So we always like to have a good airport in the progress page, so that in case of an emergency you get at least an immediate bearing and distance, and that's a very important piece of information in your decision-making process. Should you have a an emergency. And an emergency is not necessarily the plane. I mean, it can be a medical emergency. It can be all kinds of reasons. So.
Visual control, Alpine 68 Tango Kilo, landing at flight level.
Okay, I'm assuming the... Oh, do we need to go to Unicom? I mean, it is probably late for the local people there. Let me see what our departure time ended up being for trusty ACAR system. So we did push back at 22:49, which is 4 minutes late, but then we went wheels up at 23:04, so that's 11 minutes early, and that was 11:15 p.m. local time. So basically they are in the UTC time zone, so yep, close to midnight local time. So there might be other controller that jump in, which is always fun. Instead of a kind of Spanish accent, you might hear one of our mates from Australia in their accent, but we'll see what happens. Right now it looks like there is no coverage past the border, which we're pretty much overflying right now. I mean, the two airports I see are still in Portugal. L for the south of Europe, P for Portugal, and then I'm not as familiar with this area, so LPSE, LPCB. We look a little further, then we start to see the LE from the south of Europe and then Spania, so Spain. So we are 25 minutes at cruise. We just did the turn. We can do a quick fuel check. So that was LVAR. 25 minutes. The flight plan had us there at 24 minutes. Our fuel on board is 13.6, which is smack on the number from the estimate, 13.6, and 2.2 tons used, which we had 2.4. Interesting. Are you keeping an eye on the stream? I mean, if not, that's
yes.
fine. I was just curious if
I think we might be both frozen.
It's even worse.
Make it bigger. It's just hard to...
Well...
we're both frozen.
We're both frozen?
Oh no.
Alright, here what's we're gonna do...
Oh wait, HondaJet says screens look normal now and I can see you two moving as it should be.
Okay.
Then I want, you know what? Because my thing was stopped. Maybe that's why.
That would explain it.
Yes. Oh good, we're moving.
Yeah, well. Okay. I mean, we can go do a little external view. Bit of music.
So someone was asking, a new viewer is asking about the music. I told him you get it's kind of selected at random from a long list of songs, and then the Jeremy Harvey, I did mention that the one at the beginning.
So they can look, the intro music, for you guys interested in the music. The music I use for the intro, basically at the gate, kind of waiting on the
very beginning of the stream.
That's music from Jeremy Harvey, who's great musician and a great flight sim enthusiast,
Yeah.
and has aviation themed music that I bought and that I got his permission to use in the streams. And then the longer playlist that we use during the various phases of flight, we use.
So are they hearing some now because we're in outside view?
Yeah, it depends when I put it on. I'll try to reduce the volume a little bit, but to make sure we are intelligible.
Yeah, they might be able to not.
Yeah.
Be able
No,
to
this
hear
should
you.
be
Okay.
this should be okay. Hopefully, we're still fine-tuning things, as you can tell.
GU44, contact Euro Control, 135,
That's
decimal
us.
075.
We just got called.
Over to Eurocontrol 135.075 for GL44.
Delta 10 Golf, station
Hopefully that was the right. Oh, Portuguese again. Hopefully that was the right frequency.
Continuando a descida para 4.000 pés, que é Naga 102.
Yeah, I think Eurocontrol doesn't display on my map. Let me call them. And Eurocontrol GL44, flight level 300, inbound U80.
GU44, hold Euro Control, radar contact, flight number 300, resume navigation.
Resume on navigation, GL44. So back to the music.
Yes.
Yes. So what I decided to do as we were streaming on YouTube, YouTube offers basically free music or music you can use with different kind of legal terms attached to them. It goes from free use, then you can basically use it for streams, videos and things like that. There's some where you need to give attribution to the author, and they give you exactly how to do that. So in some of our other videos, you might notice that there's attribution not only to Jeremy Harvey, but some of the other authors that I used music from. So I had kind of sift through some of the music, trying to get rid maybe of the ones that are a little too kind of elevator style music.
So it's
but I'll let the
music
audience
that YouTube provides
Yes.
for streamers to play.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and so you can then download it to your computer, and I try to arrange it in a very kind of different playlist, so that hopefully kind of match a little bit more the vibe of the region of the world that we are overflying. So we had some cool, cold, calm music flying into Antarctica, and quite a change of pace when we flew from Uruguay to Brazil with some samba and tango, and I had to put tango, being Captain Tango.
Had to.
So I tried to put a little bit of local vibes in the music selection.
He did. He spent time picking and choosing for each and every flight.
Usually that's your job.
I know. I'm the music
I'm not-
connoisseur around
That's right.
here.
That's right.
I'm the music lady, but.
Okay.
So Adrian is
So
excited that we're in Europe today.
Same here. I wish we had some flights during the day, and that would come. But just based on the nature of our team, having 3 of our fellow pilots in Germany, we typically end up with a lot of night flying, which I kind of like. It's peaceful, and I think a lot of simmers by default tend to go to daylight, check their new scenery or all the cool little goodies in Microsoft 2020 or your favorite platform. And I know personally, it was probably several years before I started flying kind of more regularly at night. So one thing that I did for that was starting
So are they hearing
flights.
music? Do you want to switch?
Well, I should.
Oh, that's
Is it
okay.
too loud?
I don't know.
I
We don't
should
know.
have tuned it down. That was the intent.
Oh, actually.
So hopefully it's not too bad.
I don't even hear it.
Okay, well that works then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So back to night flying. What I ended up doing for a few years was, as I was flying for Virtual Airline or flying for a program called Pilots Live, I would start a flight randomly time of the day, but then I would save my flight at whatever time I end up and then pick it up from there. Now I wouldn't go all the way through the night. If the flight landed around 11 midnight, that would be my last flight of the day. Then I would bump up not only the time to like a 5:30 or 6 a.m. departure, but also change the day, right? Because it might have taken me a full week to do 2 flights or 3 flights. So that would then end up giving me a lot of variation. So I would see dawn, I would see dusk, I would see, the best time is probably short, you don't get much shadows around noon. Dawn, dusk, and around those time are usually the best time. But flying at night is not too bad in my mind. Not too bad.
So Adrian was asking if we were flying because if not, the progress bar isn't working. But I was explaining how we're in cruise and we're showing an outside view of the plane.
Yeah.
So
but
it
he's
might be
referring.
confusing.
No, he's referring to the overlay, most likely, progress bar. I've never looked very carefully at it, but I know, for example, I think it's simply calculating the distance between where we are and our destination.
The progress bar?
Yeah, for example, we departed toward the west, basically, but ultimately we're going east.
Oh, what is the ETA?
So, the estimated... I mean, is that on the
The
progress
ETA?
bar, or is that a different question?
Well, he's just asking.
Okay, or
the same
ETA, let's put it on the flight. 0132 Zulus, depending on which time zone you're in. You'll have to convert that, but that's basically almost 2 hours from now.
0132Z?
Yes.
Is how you, okay.
Yeah. So an hour 53 minutes from now. But we haven't put arrival, so it's probably, I would say, at least an hour 53. Now we could crank up a little bit. I like to use Mach 0.80.
So it's nearly 2 hours from now.
Yeah.
It's this equivalent of me going, are we there yet?
Well, maybe they want to come back for the interesting.
No, it's nice to know. The cruise is, not a lot exciting happening while we're in cruise.
Well, unless you have
we're
to
trying to fix the webcam.
Dodge weather. Yeah, do I dare going back to the webcam to see how that's doing? We'll do it in a little bit. Oh, wrong way.
Hello, Euro Control, radar contact, 50340, navigation. Go over there, flare 5522. Thanks so much for ACQ, by the way, so you'll be long. No problem, man. What y'all got? Square 6522, request to step away for 5-10 minutes. Prior 5522, A from let's car way back. Thank you so much. We'll report once we're well back.
Aero Control, good night. Aero 15042, passing flight level 245 and climbing to 290.
Aero 15042, hello, Euro Control, radar contact, flight level 280.
Climb flight level 280, Aero 15042.
Okay, he's in the UTC time zone since he's near London at the moment.
Oh, okay, okay.
Just going and eat something.
Yeah, well, it's almost midnight for him then. But yes, the progress bar is not moving, and I'm not sure why. Another thing we need to look at. Oh, I put the wrong departure airport. I'm gonna go fix that.
Chair 6, flight to exit, Echo Kilo Sierra India Delta. Chair 6, flight to Echo Kilo Sierra India Delta.
Oh, sorry, didn't realise you called me that. Direct to exit, twin jet 6, apologies.
The present news around 362 flight to exit, Echo Kilo Sierra India Delta.
Yeah, good catch on the progress bar.
News around 362 flight to
I probably blasted them their ears with.
Yeah, I was wondering why you did that. I know you need to listen.
Yeah, I enter LFPR instead of LPFR, and that's a valid airport in France. I didn't check. I should have checked the name of the airport. So Tweak Gaming had joined us. Trying to, there's some familiar face. I mean, David, J-Dub for sure. Aspect, regular now. Crafty.
Recognize
Crafty
FO
isn't-
Crafty?
Yeah. I don't
Talking
know
too
why
much?
I can't. No, it's alright. Well, let's check our camera real quick.
Control, flare 5522, we're back. 5552, Roger, welcome back. Thanks so much, glad to be back.
Everybody's back.
Everybody's back. Yeah. I'm struggling by stream. Okay, I'm still moving.
I'm still seeing the
but I don't know if you're moving.
outside view.
No, I switched. Is it
Okay,
buffering
let
on
me
your side?
restart.
I think it's okay. Yeah, I think the problem Jerry was reporting was
Okay, now I'm seeing.
the one of the two sensors on the camera. Apparently, there's two CCD sensor, kind of left side, right side, and I've seen that before. I think it's a thermal issue, and one might freeze. I've seen left frozen, right frozen, or both frozen. So that might not be an easy fix, but we'll address it. We fixed the progress bar. Give the ETA.
You've been busy. Did not fix it, man, and flying the plane.
Well, I know. Well, how are we doing on our?
I need
what
the
are you speaking?
dust that.
What?
Here.
Dusty?
Yeah.
All right.
Here, I'm wiping it off right now.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh my goodness.
There's almost no delay.
Oh boy.
All right. It's cleanup time. Well, little anecdote here. Apparently, through COVID and even after, including at the last VATSIM Expo conference, they had literally truckloads of these little alcohol,
Oh yeah, the little
cleaning pads, and they were encouraging people to grab as many as they wanted. I
And they ran out?
I should have got more. No. But yeah, when we have visitors, I try to clean up the areas we touch. So dust, nah.
Yeah, no one has touched the screen.
Okay, so now we were busy with other things. We passed our ETP, so we will see ETP sequenced. So,
And then you
like
can
I mentioned in our progress page, we're gonna put Madrid for now. And I know we would fly over Barcelona, so that would be also an option past Madrid. I mean, it's kind of close.
And if I could play any music that I wanted to, I would play George Ezra, Barcelona.
Yes, easy. So yeah, we're overflying Madrid. So let's take a quick look. Actually, the better view was this one, I believe. Let's take a quick look at our map here. So we're in the center of Spain. And so if we go outside, that is the city of Madrid. Look at that.
Very nice. Oh, but we don't see it on the...
No, I know. I switched to the map before.
So you should talk about the Flight SimCon for people who may not know about it.
Yes. Yes, there's probably there's different conference. The big one here for us in the U.S. is VATSIM Expo, which is once a year.
And it was convenient, the last one.
The 2023 one in June was in Houston, so that was within driving distance for me. The next one will be in Las Vegas, a popular destination for many simmers, and they have similar event, I believe, in Europe, but I'm less familiar. I think there might be one in the Netherlands, one in UK, but as far as I know, not something like what we have kind of across the US.
And you've made
So
some
it's a
new
great-
friends
Sure.
when it was in
it's a
Houston.
great
You-
opportunity to. So there's presentations. This is kind of your typical conference format with presentations on different topics, some panels with
some-
multiple people, and
some special speakers, like
they
featured rock stars in the
try-
aviation,
yeah, I mean,
in the flight sim industry.
That would be in the probably the YouTubers.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, there's several YouTubers who were there. You know,
Any
and
that
the,
people might recognize their names?
XP72 was there. I think Captain Canada was there.
Oh, I
there
just
was
learned
a
about
lot
that
of-
today.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got a
we
lot
were
of
watching-
followers.
Yes, 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 yes. And so presentation, but also you have vendors were there. So there's a little bit of an exhibit area. This year was really interesting because the format was slightly different, or the location, as it was in an actual aviation museum.
Oh, that's right.
so
You sent
the
me some
booth
pictures. There was
where-
planes.
Yep.
Yeah, that was really
which
cool.
Which I really
What a
liked.
great idea.
So-
Houston does have a lot of nice museums.
Yep. So next year format will be kind of back to the more traditional, I think, kind of hotel or conference center. Still 7 months ago, something like that. So we'll have more details. In
Will
a
you be
little
going to
bit,
Vegas?
Probably.
Yeah. Where do you think it would be hotter, in Vegas or Houston? It's definitely going to be wetter in Houston.
We'll see. This, I mean, we can see Madrid, Bajas. Probably butchered that, but that airport it's a little bit like Chicago in the US. You can taxi for 15 minutes easily.
Oh wow.
And the network of taxiway is just, that's the hardest part of the flight for me when I fly in and out.
So you've been?
Yes.
Have you been on your
I've been
Mirage?
virtually. Well, I've been.
Flight? Did you?
A long time ago, actually, in the very early days, and Jerry might remember, when everyone and their mother on Mirage was flying the C90, basically ended up on a flight into Madrid, and I remember because I was kind of flying visual, downwind, base, and then turning final, and it's one of these rare instances where I did my turn to final, and I was like perfectly lined up with the runway. So. That was in Madrid probably 10 years ago or so.
So you remember like a
been a
perfect landing?
Perfect landing? Every landing. We're about to witness one.
So this
Alright,
sim...
I just jinxed it. But
this sim has... It claps. He gets claps
well, that's
if he does a
Captain
nice...
Pero's. That's courtesy of Captain
Okay,
Pero.
that's courtesy of Captain Pero, one of the German Team G Hell members.
We're really silhouette in this. It's interesting.
And if it's a bad landing, you hear gasps.
Yeah,
Although
I
think
deleted
Captain
that file.
Tango, shut that part off.
Hey. Well, anyway, we're not gonna talk about that on air.
So one thing that was funny for us too last year when we landed in Nadi, there was a 747 taking off on a short runway, and it did a tail strike, and they had a really funny recording that played when it confused the pilot and first officer. Like they didn't understand where it was coming from. It was a British lady saying, "What the flying F? Are you trying to kill us back here?"
Yeah, because
that was hilarious. Did you see the hang glider simulator at the Flight Sim Expo?
The hand glider simulator.
That's Aspect said.
I must have missed it.
Nope.
There was like a C-47. There is.
That sounds cool, though.
Red Bird was there with one of theirs. I was mostly at the Scalarchy booth, asking these guys to give us some good DCDU so that I don't have to do my little 5-inch touchscreen trick. But we'll see. They're working on it. They're working on it. Yeah, it's pitch dark around here. Madrid was a big bright spot.
So another thing that
go back to the
your
cockpit
team has done is cabin announcement recordings. Basically, it's automated so that when you're in certain phases of your flight, you will hear the appropriate message or whatever. And they got their kids and wives doing recordings.
That's Captain Faro once again.
Like once again.
He's the man.
Yeah.
He's the man. Okay, so did I ever... Oh boy. Never turned up. Never did what I'm supposed to do here. It's pretty smooth in cruise, so we can start the cabin service.
It's quiet.
Thank you.
So Eurocontrol probably covers a big swath of Europe.
Good night.
It's cool that they got somebody doing Eurocontrol, so that gives us a lot more coverage. So we were talking about our ETA. So 132. Okay, that's our current one. Schedule. Oh, estimated was 0142, schedule 0115. Well, we cranked it up to Mach 0.8 with mostly crosswind, which is what I was expecting.
For the Germans?
We're working on it. Well, the key there is the turnaround.
Yeah.
Key is the turnaround. Our next flight is gonna take us from Milan to Lille, France. So we'll see how quickly we can turn around.
So how did you fix the GoPro? Did you put some air in there?
I had to disconnect it first, and yeah, I sprayed some air, but I don't know if it's gonna really make a difference, but hopefully.
Well, it's working.
Okay.
Captain Tango is an engineer, and he can fix just about anything. It's nice having someone like him around the house.
Can't fix the state of the world, but I'm not gonna talk about that. Mostly focusing on the virtual world, I guess. That's actually one thing I like about our hobby, is that it's a little bit of I don't know if it's a God game or the creation. I like open environment, open space, and for this event we prepare it through checking our scenery, trying to get better scenery, and sometimes it's kind of old or it doesn't fit with other tools we're using, and tweaking it.
It's never ending. It's like having a house. It's never done. You're never finished.
That's the beauty of it. That's the
with
beauty
the remodel.
Just one more thing. Usually it's not just one more thing.
Yeah.
Probably a dozen thing on the wish list, the to-do list. So well, it's pitch dark I mean, on the screen it's a little better. We see kind of the horizon and the stars. Yesterday for a flight over Canada, there was solid cloud deck below us, but here there's just a few clouds in there. I think we can see some.
Oh, we were in some
light, but
serious
it's still
soup
dark.
yesterday.
Yeah.
No, it's a beautiful night.
Okay. So we're almost an hour into the flight. It's a good time to do a
So
fuel
of the
check.
people, real
So
quick,
we're gonna do okay, real
of the
quick.
people that you met when you were at the Houston Flight Sim Expo.
All right, we're 2 miles away, so
Oh,
pin that
okay.
thought. Burrito. Okay, that was supposed to be 57 minutes into the flight, so it seems like we're at 59. So we're running a little behind.
Frequency's quiet.
Yeah, but as long as we see somebody on TCAS,
Yeah.
we're still connected to VATSIM. So.
Okay.
But I know we had 1 or 2 VATSIM disconnect, unfortunately. Probably this event is stressing the network heavily. And then fuel, we have 12 ton left, and we burned 3.8. So now we are on target. The delta is 0. We're way past cost index 60 as I cranked it up. I cranked the speed, selected Mach decimal 80. So, but we're good. Let's look at our winds or ground speed. The ground speed was supposed to be 500 here. What's happening? Yeah, it had the wind 317 at 60, but that would have been more of a tailwind, a little bit, quarterly tailwind. The wind is stronger and still a crosswind.
Good evening.
We will see. I mean, we will be turning a little bit more toward the full east. We'll see what happens. Not too much we can do anyway. So yes, you had a comment or question?
Oh, just of the people. One of the things I remember when you were going to Houston, you were excited about meeting people that are close enough to come fly with you here in Austin in your sim.
Yeah.
How many people did you meet in Houston that are flying that have?
So there's people who we were able to meet in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably
people like you
3,
only knew
but
online.
Then, we had also connected and then follow up with actual meeting. We have from time to time
some barbecue
meetup. Yeah, it's
some barbecue meetup.
It's typically what we end up doing, and that pleases everybody. And so probably around 5 people to total.
Wow.
Whereas I had only, and then there's Sebastian, who was part of the flight crew 2 days ago.
Yeah.
We had kind of, I wouldn't say known each other, but known of each other for many years, but never really connected.
And finally connected in Houston. That's awesome.
Well, no, not even in Houston.
Oh.
It's just part of the bigger picture.
Okay, gotcha.
So, kind of getting the ball rolling. But yeah, that's one thing nowadays. Obviously, with the internet, you can fly with anybody, anywhere, anytime. And there's people who have met
talk about
through
Mirage.
Mirage or
Speaking
virtual airline. I've been part of Mirage Executive Charter, MAC, for more than 10 years now.
You're a single digit guy, aren't you? Or you double digit?
Well, we reset. We reset, I don't know, Jerry would remember. That was a stressful period. If it was 6-7 years ago, I don't remember. But yes, that's how I went single digit.
And we had he's, what is his title? Jer's
well, he was
title?
the CEO.
Oh, that's
now
right.
Pat is our new CEO.
Yeah, he put in did more than his fair share.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
We have Yeah, he was visiting us today. Oh wait, we have something. Can you actually give any tips for someone who wants to build a home cockpit like you have one?
Tip
Oh,
number
can
one,
he?
make sure you have proper air conditioning or cooling in general in the room. Because that's probably the biggest mistake I made. I mean, we have air conditioning in the house, living in Texas, but with the 3 screens, the 3 computers, there's a lot of heat that gets dissipated. Somebody recently asked me the estimated power consumption, and I think it's between like 1500 and 1800.
Aero Control 135125 for Alpine 68 Echo Kilo.
Hold on, let me catch that frequency. That might be our next frequency. I'm not sure I caught it right, but we'll see. So that's one thing. And as we talk about power, that means you need also enough juice on your electrical circuits. I discovered that this house, I thought it had just one circuit for this, and it was only 15 amps, and the oven is also shared. So when we were turning our oven, sometimes the fuse the breaker would trip. So we got that fixed. There's a dedicated 20 amps circuit now for the 3 screens and the computers. So we should be good. We should be good. But then, I mean,
do you have any tips for getting a bit of money besides of your way?
Is that product beside of my way? Well, one thing that I really admire is really the spectrum of cockpit that people have built. You can build, and I've seen realization where
so you can space it out over time if you don't have a huge chunk of change.
Spacing. I mean, people are really creative. You have to think about what factor goes into the immersion, right? Feeling. Sometimes just having a window or bright spot might be distracting, or the audio. People would put just a poster. You can have a nice poster for $40, and that increases the immersion. With 3D printing, you can if you have the skills, or if you're willing to learn some of those skills, you can build it. I'm just looking. This is probably Zaragoza, I think. Anyway,
so I'm assuming
there's
maybe
a city on our left, so some bright lights. It's interesting to see in Europe how different the cities are, because they're way more concentric, right? They've been built over centuries, and so it's not your grid-like structure or pattern. So you can pretty much at night judge the size of the city based on the outer ring. It's almost like a 3.
So for people who may not have watched that video, your way was...
well, basically, I kind of knew many years ago that this is certainly something I wanted to consider when possible, and so I had put some money in the stock market and kind of dedicated to this purpose, and was lucky enough to see that grow nicely and help fund the cockpit. So,
but there are many other ways.
There are and like many others, over the years I've built from small, setup with USB device, then build my own electronic a little bit, using wood, using plastic, using things I can
and what's
handle.
The 20? What is it called? The aluminum.
Oh, so
stuff that is really came in handy even in this cockpit. So for the screens.
Yeah, that's something I learned. We use it for
what's it called?
Building. It's called the company is called 8020.
8020. Yeah.
And there are similar companies in Europe. Basically, it's extruded aluminum or aluminium profiles,
Mhm.
and they have grooves. So it's a square cross section with grooves on each side, and so you can really build all kinds of things. They have all kinds of attachment and combination.
People use them
and
a lot
even
in the
angle
when
and
they're tricking out their van for hashtag van
yeah,
life kind
yeah,
of stuff.
no, that makes sense. Yeah, we've seen that. I mean, building tool. I mean, like a workbench or tool storage. I've seen. I mean, automation machines, all kinds of things. So. For this cockpit, it's just used for the screen. I could have attached the middle screen on the wall, but then the two other screens are at 60 degrees, so we don't have a hobbit house. So I basically build custom stands, and that's another thing. You can have these guys cut it at dimension, and because of the groove, you can move things if you need to adjust or if you're not sure exactly. So that's what I wanted. I wanted the ability to adjust both vertically and horizontally. So most wheelstand would give you some horizontal, latitude. I guess you can move it always, although that always makes me nervous. But here I needed vertical because I wasn't sure, even with the 3D drawing for the cockpit and knowing the dimensions. It was kind of tricky to know where I would want them, and I wanted the flexibility to be able to move them horizontally so that the bezels would be as close as possible, and then vertically. And I just noticed one of the official team, can't remember which one, they have a setup with screens, and their lateral screens are a little lower. Now they have a fully enclosed cockpit, so I'm sure they kind of adjusted them based on the windows, so that they cover as much as they can of the window areas. But I thought that was cool. All right, so
I'm not sure we gave him any
cruising-
good tips about how to make money to buy a
well,
cockpit.
this is by no means financial advice. But I mean, there's a lot of things you can do to increase the immersion. There's obviously virtual reality. You know, some people use VR. For me, the whole tactile aspect of it is important, and then clearly the ability to have a crew, right? Aircraft like these are not flown by just a single pilot, and which is one of the really interesting challenge of the hobby. Is like you have people. I mean, here, you have to switch the radio. You have to catch all the information, then make sure you enter that correctly. So Neptune 11 Whiskey, just enter Eurocontrol.
Okay.
Anyway, and they are one of the official teams, so after a while you get used to hearing the
their
same
call sign. Yeah,
Plus,
we just heard them.
that's
over
why
the
I put my little cheat sheet
VATSIM.
here.
Yeah.
You know, Qantas 25, Speedbird 47 Charlie, Neptune 11 Whiskey, and so on and so forth. The US, we have United 1120, Delta 8317, Delta 1004. To New Zealand 361, 362, French Baguette, hardly noticeable, Hapag Lloyd.
Hardly noticeable. Yeah, he flies under the
15
radar pretty well.
That's right. That's right. Although they had a few people you couldn't tell.
Yeah, no.
They
need to turn on the French accent when they're in the cockpit.
That should be a hard requirement for that team, for sure. So, are we picking up some ground speed? Okay, so we have turned a little bit, so our ground speed is closer to 500, but still not quite there. And
so, any other tips about building a cockpit? Any gotchas that you wish you would have known?
Well, I think.
Oh, you know what you used? I think one of the things that was very helpful was he used a 3D program.
Yes, that helped me to figure out.
And that was free, right? Sweet Home 3D, or it was
Sweet Home 3D. Yes.
Sweet Home 3D.
Let me get a feel for.
That was really helpful because he has this room built out like to the centimeter. You could barely close the door.
Why is this?
And it helps you visualize it. We used Sweet Home 3D when we bought this house, and I would look at it all the time. I don't know, there's something about being able to, you know, move things around and create your world. That was a lot of fun, even before, you know, you get the real thing. So maybe you could play around with the Sweet Home 3D and
or similar, right?
or something similar and get it visualized. I think that's an important step in any, you know, realizing your dreams. Being able to visualize it in the 3D software really does that great.
Yeah, for example, that's what helped me realize that originally I'd planned for 65-inch TV, and I realized
that you could go bigger.
Sierra Alpha Lima Oscar November.
Sorry, say again for GL44.
GL44 flight level salon. Sierra Alpha Lima Oscar November.
Direct salon for GL44. Shortcut. Yep. Now it's not going to help with the wind, but still it will reduce the distance. So he gave us nice shortcut compared to the official route. So you can see that on the little map there. And we can make the little map bigger, I think. So we're roughly midway, still over the coast of Spain. Originally we were headed for Barcelona, but we will see it. We see the coast actually on the right side. You can see all the lights. There's a clear demarcation between lights and then the Mediterranean Sea.
Seabed Expressway 90164, follow descent Unicom 122.5. Unicom 122.5.
So I was mentioning that we can see Barcelona a little bit up the coast. Let's go back to...
Yeah, we're really not getting any lag either.
This view. No lags?
Not hardly at all.
The whip on the
I mean, it seems like a lot of the issues that we've had.
No, I mean, people don't necessarily think about giving us a like unless you ask or you mention. So let's get a few likes for FO Crafty, who's spending time.
No line. Lag. I was talking about lag. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I want likes. I don't want lags. I want like.
I mean, there's.
How are you doing on
the stream isn't. It's not like a huge delay
there.
like there had been the last couple nights.
Okay.
Seems like.
We'll use the local wind here. So Barcelona is up the coast here. We can see it just off our nose a little bit on the right. And I was thinking we can put the terrain on, which has the benefit at least of showing the sea. So that's Barcelona right there, and then we're gonna head over and cut over the Mediterranean Sea. So either Marseille or Nice would be good options over there, so I picked Barcelona.
Oh, that's you.
Flight direct Echo Kilo Sierra Delta for GL44.
Echo Kilo Sierra India Delta.
Exit Echo Kilo Sierra India Delta direct for GL44. I was going down the list. Is that the super shortcut? Or did I miss it? Oh no, that's 3-page down. Alright, it's there. Oh, I didn't put the direct. Okay, I was just looking at it. So, direct, 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page, 5 page. Where is... Does it really exist? We saw it in our flight plan. I wonder if we... hold on 1 second here. Direct. Exit. Okay, I skipped it. Thought it was too far. Okay. Hopefully we'll see our left turn now. So the controllers have a list of official teams, so I know it looked a little...
Is that the fuel thing?
Yes, yes. We're done with that. I think we can probably just go like this. Because it's empty, so it shouldn't use them.
So in the stream you can see it too. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. When
oh, you can see the city.
sounds like a song. So we'll be passing Barcelona shortly and stay over land for a little longer. And what I was mentioning is that the controllers have a list of the official teams, and as much as possible they try to keep us on schedule. It's not just about giving us shortcut or making us feel better like we had number 1 on Romeo Delta. It's the fact that for most people, pretty much everybody but our team, they have a single cockpit and they have 10 if not 20 people line up with a schedule and a roster.
So there's a lot at stake for them.
And so, well, you want to make sure people know when to... I mean, you have asked me a couple of times, right?
When do I need to be in the cockpit?
And I'm like, I don't know quite yet. Let me check and see when they take off. And because we don't know until they're wheel up, and even after that, if we get stuck in a
we have a
hold
schedule with, you know...
Yes, yeah. So...
what we're shooting for, but it's a little loosey-goosey.
Everyone knows that we're at the mercy of the traffic, the controller, the VATSIM servers, and all that. But generally, we have to stay on schedule. So we love to see more people joining. As we're in Europe and it is the middle of, or it's about to be the middle of the night for them, it's a little quieter. If we look at the map, it's not as heavy in terms of traffic. Plus, I think we're a little bit ahead of the pack, which is nice. But I haven't counted, but there were probably segments where we had 200 aircraft, and that's on top of the 15.
That's a lot.
I think.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, 15 official teams. So. And I think they might have been given this shortcut to a lot of people, not just us. Alright, so one thing we like to do on your side, we can put on the progress page the KO code for Sydney, which is YSSY. This is where we started, this is where we'll end up. Whoa, so yesterday we were what, 8,000, now we're 92,000, but we're getting closer. I think the further was kind of in the middle of the Atlantic. So you can see the distance to Sydney. We can also see our distance to our destination.
And what is that?
What is what?
The distance to our destination.
Yeah, you can see it here. 380 nautical miles. So that should be 1 hour-ish. Yeah, showing it's 0025.
Should we take a little break, or
sure, we can take a little break. No, I'm happy to stay on the frequency.
Okay.
We'll take a short break, go to some quick external view, and we'll be muted for a few minutes, but we will be back shortly for the descent, approach, and arrival into Milano, Malpensa.
Seaboard 312 heavy, 106, sir.
Seaboard 312, hello, Euro Control, radar contact 50360.
5522, request to step away for 5 minutes.
Fire 5522, roger, current back.
We'll report one back, yeah, flare 5522.
Just 0 on 3 Just 20 hello, Eurocontrol, radar contact, 5.40.
Transfer for 0 to 1 function.
Euro Control, flare 5522 at flight level 340, squawk 2730.
Flare, the correction 55, good evening, Euro Control identified. Yeah, I'm Foxtrot, ready for navigation direct to exit.
Navigation direct to exit.
Yeah, non for 1 to 25 300.
Follow 300, John 1471.
John 362, descend to 5300.
300, 362.
John platform for 1, contact Milano, 1 correction, frequency 135, 455, bye-bye.
135, 455, confirmed, John 141.
That's correct.
Correct.
Okay. Milano 135, 455, bye-bye.
Was that for New Zealand?
AFM 62.
135, 455, New Zealand 362, thanks.
Thank you, bye-bye. Thank you, Master.
So we're back in the cockpit. Starting to hear the controller transferring aircraft to approach, so that's always a good sign.
Descent flight level 310, Tomjet 26 Lima.
There are one Foxtrot from Emirates navigation direct to exit.
Direct exit. Etihad 1, Foxtrot.
Etihad 1 Foxtrot descend to flight level 320.
Down to 320, Etihad 1, Foxtrot.
Yes, we're back, and our lovely flight attendant brought. Do you need to get out?
I have new coordination for you direct to Alpha Bravo November.
Oh, you have your phone?
Alpha Bravo November. Etihad 1, Foxtrot.
No worries.
Airport 250, good evening.
So we got some nuts from first class. So I'll try to.
284, descend
Yes.
to flight level 300.
Let me mute myself while I quickly gobble those.
Subject to 6 Lima, continue descend to flight level 300, the rate of descent 2,500 or greater.
2,500 or greater, descent flight level 300, Tomjet 26 Lima.
Moonflower to Whiskey Bravo, expect exit at flight level 300, report ready for descent.
Accept exit, exit to level 300, we'll call that ready for descent.
Flare 5522, proceed direct to exit.
See direct exit, flare 5522. Sorry, flare 5522, check set.
Exit Echo, Sierra, correction, it's my bad Echo, Sierra India Delta.
Flare 5522, I don't seem to have that one.
Etihad 1 Foxtrot, contact Milan 135, 455, bye bye. Right, 135.455, head to the function. Jet 6 Lima Alpha Milano 135.455, thank you very much for cooperation. I apologize for the speed, it was necessary.
135 decimal. I've lost it. I'll say that again, sorry.
135.455.
I said 135.455, target 26, leave it, bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm on flower 2, Whiskey Bravo, we are ready for descent.
On flower 2, Whiskey Bravo, roger, thank you, listen to flight level 300.
Descend level 300, on flower 2, Whiskey Bravo.
Faro 284, contact Milano 135.450, correction 135.455, have a nice flight, bye-bye.
135.455, Faro 284, bye-bye.
Good evening, Portugal 144, reporting flight level 380 with you.
And Portugal 144, good evening, Eurocontrol, identify direct to Abnur.
Direct Abnur, Portugal 144.
US Hotel Lima 44, report speed. Roger, Skyflyer 238, report speed.
Speed 0.84 for Skyflyer 23.
Thank you.
Flare 5522, sorry, we're proceeding exit. My apologies.
Absolutely no problem for flare 5522, break, Neptune 1 Charlie Bravo, report speed.
Decimal 80, Neptune Charlie Bravo.
Roger, so Neptune 1 Charlie Bravo, maintain Mike decimal 80 or greater.
Yeah, 80 greater, Neptune Charlie Bravo.
Skyfire 238, repeat Mike decimal 82.
82 for Skyflyer 23.
That's correct.
Roger.
Flower 2 Whiskey Bravo, contact now Milano 135.455, take your flight, bye-bye.
I prefer 135.455.
That's correct.
125.455, Flower 2 Whiskey Bravo, thank you, ciao, grazie.
Ciao, grazie. Faro 284, contact Milano 135.455, bye-bye.
Euro Control, Z121 with you, flight level 380.
Last station, good evening, Euro Control, on the call something?
Alpha Sierra Yankee, 121, or Z121.
All Z121, good evening, sir, Euro Control identified.
We're now approaching
Euro Control, flare 552.
Milano, at least 200, less than, 200 nautical miles.
Exit.
Controller starting to transfer aircraft to Milano.
No problem.
I checked the ATIS, let me see after that if there's a new one, but no surprise in Milano, using 35 right for landing, and the ILS Zulu, which apparently has been degraded to category 1 only. And we're probably... there's 2 approach from Mabur, which is our last cleared waypoint. For now, let's assume we'll get the... Here it is!
There he is! We love French baguette.
French baguette 23 Whiskey Foxtrot, good evening to you, sir, your control identified.
So the Mabur 3X or the Mabur 3 Echo? I'll put my money on the X-ray and we'll see. Then I don't know about the VIA after that. Okay, let's insert that.
Okay,
Quick check. So we've been clear direct exit. Nasta. ABN. What's happening there? Yeah, it's really bringing us to the south and then a hard turn north.
We still have the
Here's
same
Maber.
ETA?
ETA now is 0130, so yeah.
0130 Zulu.
0130 Zulu.
0130
Zulu. Okay, speed restriction, altitude restriction, nothing. I should have probably put the inler transition in there. Do the inler. Box 3, no transition. Okay.
Oh, Adrian calculated the time to go is 24 minutes.
So maybe we don't need inler from Nupke. Well, we'll figure that out once we get our star into Milan. So all we know as of now is that we should expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 right into Milan. And let me see if I can pick up the ATIS.
TTG is standing in the overlay. What does that mean?
It's in the overlay? Oh, yeah, I mean you would have to look on the stream for the overlay.
I don't know what TTG is.
It's time to go.
I
think I should change it to time to destination, TTD.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, we're not picking it. The next best option is to get the meter. I did it a while ago. See if there is an updated one. This one was valid at 2320, so pretty old. So we have 2350. So let's prime that. Get rid of this one. The winds are from the north, 010 at 6, Kavak, temperature 4.2, QNH 1018. So let's put that in here, 1018. 1018. Set.
The RG121 direct to packet. RG121 exit, it's Echo Kilo Sierra India Delta. Correction, RG121, Echo Kilo Sierra India Delta. RG121. Salvata Cargo 8286 and direct to exit.
And while we were away, or even earlier, we used all the fuel on the center tanks. So I reset the crossfeed and the pump 2's back on. I really don't know what's going on with that one. Hydraulic quantities,
let me know when you have the
engine.
20 seconds of bandwidth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't call us.
Can you show me where that is?
It's at the... What are you talking about?
The TTG.
It's on the overlay at the top of the screen, and then
At
there's the
the top.
progress bar.
Oh, I see.
So it's the information about our flight.
Okay. So when you say overlay, you're talking specifically about
That's
stuff at the
strip.
top, not the
That is
stuff, not anything at the
overlay.
bottom.
No.
Okay. Got it.
Right now it's
I'm a
showing
noob.
our call sign. Call sign. We're always
Yeah,
flying an
no, that's
A320.
great to know. I'm
20
learning
minutes
from our
ago.
viewers. Oh, thank you.
Beware for some Charlie, direct to exit. Exit, Beware 47 Charlie, thank you. Thank you very much. Today, WorldFlight, today, move forward and then reach Milan. Charlie, Victoria, Yankee 44, November, beginning, clear control, identified. And Charlie, Victoria, Yankee 44, November, proceed direct to exit.
So we have a little bit of a moon crescent, or crescent of moon. I don't know. I'm a noob
Yeah,
when it
you
comes
can.
to
I
that.
guess if you were on a computer, you could probably see it, or a tablet maybe.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
could.
a little
Hold on.
sliver.
Okay.
It's very pretty.
Wonder if he's gonna transfer that group of 4 aircraft. Can go back to the chart here. You can see the arrival situation, and we had noticed that on previous flight. It seemed like there's like a bunch of aircraft. It's a little bit like Morse code.
Mhm.
There's long, playing short. So there's easily a dozen aircraft in front of us. But 4 of us are kind of converging into exit. She's our next waypoint. An interesting sequencing. So maybe they are using the other star. Which would be probably the preferred star for sequencing. It's one of the snaky. You go upwind, then downwind, then back upwind, align with the runway. That's why you see the incoming traffic being actually offset to the west.
Juliet Hotel Lima 44. Juliet Hotel Lima 44, contact Milano on frequency 135.455. Thank you much for flying. See you next time. Bye bye.
See you next
Over
time.
to Milano
Bye-bye.
on 135.455. Grazie mille. GL for 4.
Arrivederci. Thank you.
Right. Cleared level 3, Echo Island 35, Skyfire 23. Etihad 1 Foxtrot, contact Milano 125.630, ciao.
12560, Etihad 1 Foxtrot. Hello, FedEx 32.
Itar 284, contact Milano 125.630, ciao.
125.630, Atara 284, ciao.
Milano, ciao, DL44, flight level 300. Well, that's the call sign. They're like, what did he say?
Last station calling, call sign only, please.
GL, Juliet Hotel Lima 44.
GL 44, Milano, ciao, identified. You are cleared, Mebur 3 Echo arrival for the ILS 35 right.
Cleared Mebur 3 Echo arrival for ILS runway 35 right, GL44.
FedEx 32, Milano.
FedEx 32, go ahead.
Alright,
FedEx,
so it is
32,
35 right, it is the
Stop
ILS.
climbing flight level 250. And you are clear
but it is the other
for
one.
Devox 3 Echo arrival.
So we'll switch that just in time, so it's good. It's always challenging if you have to change the star past the first point, because then you have to manually do it direct to. But Mabor is pretty close to the airport, so yes, so that clutter quite a bit. Can take a look at it on the ND.
1 Charlie Bravo, descend flight level 280.
We'll have to go a little while, still heading northeast and then turning north-northwest. And here is the arrival with all its beauty and constraint. So Mabor actually has a speed limit, and I've noticed as it's the first point, I don't know if it's a Navigraph issue or the GL A320 software, but no speed or altitude constraint get loaded on the initial point, if there are some. Okay, so we got that right. Then 120, so below 120, 250. Below 120, max 230 below 90, 230 below 90, 220, so that's below 6, that's correct, 220 below 6, then it should go down to 210.
That's you.
Direct Mabor for JL44. Okay, that looks good. We'll cut the corner. Let's go. And then we'll finish what we were doing. Cross-checking all the constraints, and there's quite a few, as you can tell. Some are even notes. Low 5. Max 220 once we turn final. Oh, sorry, max 210. Below 5, above 4. Max 210 and Milano 425, and then 4200 is Mach 200. Okay. And then it is the ILS from Inler. Mandatory 190 for the speed and 4000 for the altitude, which is what we have. Then down to 3000, which is the plateau altitude. And it should be max 180. Let's make sure we have a hard 3000. Talk to this. Speed is correct. Let me double check Inler. Yeah, it should be. Is it at or above 4? It is mandatory 4, so mandatory. Okay. We should be good for now. That was a lot of waypoints. Destination data for QNH is 1018, our temp of 4, and winds 10 at 6.
JL44, proceed direct Mike Charlie 588.
Direct Mike Charlie 588 for JL44. Okay, I didn't press direct, so return direct March Charlie 588. Yep, now we'll cut another turn. Direct to insert, execute it. All good. That's our ETP with Nice. Interesting. Guess the two cities are not that far. Let's finish entering performance data for the approach. All we have left is the approach MDA at 891 feet, 200 feet above the runway.
JL44, descend flight level 220.
Down to flight level 220 for JL44. Alright, let's go down. So first idle open descent. I reduce our Mach number to 0.78. So we can do a quick brief
The
whenever
approach briefing?
you are ready. Yes.
I'm ready.
So we were clear originally for the Maybird 3 Echo, and now we are given Milano 588, so we direct to that. I verify all the speed and altitude constraint, so we expect it to go upwind and downwind and back upwind. Line up for the ILS Zulu 35 right in Milano. So Milano has two runway, 35 left, 35 right. They use one for takeoff, the other one for landing. Let me verify the ILS frequency. It is 109er decimal 9er, MLP, front course 346. Everything checks correct. The plateau altitude is 3000. It's a standard 3-degree glide slope. Now we are landing north and basically stop descending flight level 240 for GL44. So this we're basically starting to look at the Alps. So there's terrain with minimum safe altitude in one of the quadrant that is 10,300. So the airport elevation is only 768 feet, so the terrain rises almost 10,000 feet in less than 25 miles. So that's definitely something to keep in mind.
Yep.
And accordingly, the missed approach has us fly runway heading, join the radial, but then pretty quickly turn away from the terrain
From the
toward
mountain.
toward the Saronno VOR. Missed approach altitude is maintained 3,000 until DME 5 to Saronno, and then climb to 4. So 3,000 is the initial, and then 4.
And do you want LS?
So yeah, we're doing an ILS. So ILS will be on. Our runway is plenty long. I'll put the auto brake so you should get your little decel notice. And
Well, now I don't
it's
need
a
it.
12,861 feet runway. There's a couple of high speed exit all on the left. So we'll exit, then do our after landing checklist, contact tower. We'll expect to cross 35 left, which is active. There is a nice parking spot. 404. There's no 44, but we'll see if we can get 404. Sounds good. Questions? Over to Milano 125.630. Ciao, ciao.
You say ciao ciao?
Yeah. We're friends. Milano Control, buongiorno, Joey Hell 44, flight level 240.
Juliet 44, Milano, ciao, expect LS Zulu 35 right, turn right heading 090, speed 260 knots.
Turn right heading 090, reduce speed to 260 knots and expecting Isla Zulu runway 35 right for GL44.
Neptune 1 Charlie
What was
Bravo,
this 260?
descend altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1017.
Yep, send to 5,000 feet, Neptune, QNH 1017.
Is he gonna... Are we gonna... Yeah, we're gonna be vectored.
Skyflyer 238, descend altitude...
I'll keep the waypoint for now, but we're pretty high.
Flight level 100,
How's the distance to...
Are you gonna have to ask him for different?
44, okay. Yeah, we're high.
Rejoin the star,
We'll see.
to Mike Charlie 588.
Right, direct to Mike Charlie 588.
This is the fun part.
Skyflyer 23.
Wonder if he's gonna make us descend and do 3/4 of a loop
Circles.
and then go. I don't know. Because reducing our speed, we thought getting us lower is not helping us later on descent to go at a greater rate of descent, but we'll get there. We'll
Hopefully
get there.
not too great.
Well, it's not the descent that's the problem.
It's when you hit the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not the
Neptune
fall.
Not the fall that
It's
kills
not the
you.
fall that kills.
250 knots.
50 knots, Neptune, Charlie Bravo.
Thought there was an aircraft. Go below.
I'm sorry, was that Skyflyer 23? Skyflyer 238, negative.
So Milano is out there. I can't quite see it yet. Off our left wing.
Skyflyer 238, direct to India Bravo, Sierra Alpha Papa.
Okay, so that's
India Bravo,
IPSAP.
Sierra Alpha Papa, Skyflyer 238.
I see. Alright.
CL 44, descend flight level 180.
Down to flight level 180 for GL44. Well, we're gonna descend as fast as we can.
Papa, speed 220.
At least without speed break yet.
50 knots, Neptune, Charlie Bravo.
Okay, what's the big picture here? We're close to
CL
the
44, direct to India Bravo, Sierra Alpha Papa.
direct IPSAP for GL44. Direct IPSAP. Interesting. We are rejoining. Exactly why I didn't want to clear.
Neptune 1 Charlie Bravo, contact Malpensa director 132.705. Ciao.
132.705.
132.705.
Yep, that's director.
Sorry, 132.075, Neptune, Charlie Bravo.
705.
705, sorry, it's been up on that.
No problem.
Yep.
So we're gonna rejoin the Serpentine,
Different
the snake.
Congo line.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. I mean, might as well, keep us high if he knows he's gonna. I mean, I knew he would give us vector because there's
Yeah.
no way we can rejoin.
1017, descend 5,000 for Skyflyer 23.
CL44, descend altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1017.
Descend to altitude 5,000 feet on QNH 1017 GL44.
And GL44, if you can expedite direct to IPSAP, please.
Expedite direct IPSA, wind return, GL44.
Like the sound of that. Expedite.
Well, we're in the turn. I mean, not too much I can do. Okay, down to 5,000 QNH 1017. So we can already put it as we've been cleared to an altitude. And it's set. I'll update our performance.
Skyflyer 238, speed 220 knots.
Okay, so expecting approach speed of 141. Standard 5 knots above our VLS. This is cool. We're gonna fly over other aircraft that are doing the snaky snake, but he might give us shortcut. That's the benefit of these
The pattern.
approaches, so that he can cut wherever needed. And we all have the waypoint, but it's a long list of waypoints. Clutters. I mean, I guess I can remove constraint, but
238, redirect Inler, India November Lima, Echo Romeo.
a little better. But you want to know what they are. Oh, IPSA
Milano, flare 5522, out of the flight level 200,
was below
direct Mike Charlie 580.
flight level 9 but well, how far are we from IPSA? 18 knots or 6. Yeah, we'll be right there.
Milano, South, descent flight level 100, expect LS Zulu 35 right and report your airspeed.
Alright, we'll descend flight level 100 and expect
You see, for example, this guy
ILS Zulu,
is
flare
cutting
5522.
straight. It didn't do all this thing. There's no reason.
And
You know, it's
5522, report
it's
your
like
airspeed,
at the any kind of line where they have these.
At the airport?
Yeah, exactly. They let you cut
Yeah.
if there's no need.
Flare 5522, speed 260 knots.
260 knots for flare 5522.
Skyflyer 238, contact Malpensa director 132.705. Ciao.
132.705 for Skyflyer 23, ciao.
But are they
Alright,
spaced far enough
let's
apart that you could cut in line?
Yeah, and this guy is cutting. I mean, he's not cutting. He was told
Yes,
to.
yeah. Who's
cut.
voluntold?
Approach of D121.
In which guys?
200, tracking direct Mike
That I mean, this.
Oh,
You
gotcha.
see,
Yeah, yeah,
didn't do
yep,
the-
yep, yep, yep.
121, Milano, ciao, descent flight level 100, expect LS Zulu 35 right, speed 260 knots.
Do you mind dimming a little bit?
Not at all.
Expect 35 right and reduce speed to 260 knots.
And Milano approach for GL44, do you want to keep us at 260 for the speed?
GL44, you can reduce speed 220 knots.
Reducing speed 220 knots, GL44. I was expecting 250, but anyway. So we're passing 10,000. Lights on.
Clear 5522, speed 240 knots.
240 knots, flare 5522.
I'm expecting more direct. Although coming from this angle, it will probably let us do at least the horseshoe there. Pick above us? Are they coming from there? Okay.
GL44 direct to Inler, India November Lima Echo Romeo.
Direct Inler for GL44. As expected, we got the big...
GL44, contact Milano, correction, Malpensa director 132.705, ciao.
Over to Malpensa director on 132.705, ciao, grazie mille for GL44. Alright, let's go flaps 1, please.
Flaps 1.
Malpensa director, GL44, buongiorno.
GL44 Malpensa, hello, descent 4,000 feet, speed 220 knots.
Descend 4,000 feet, speed 220 knots, GL44. So we can expect 190 or above once we get to Inler. So I'm using a little bit of speed brake to help us get there and leave enough track miles to slow down.
Skyflyer 238, speed 180 knots, maintain until 6 miles.
182 knots until 6 miles, Skyflyer 23.
GL44 via Inler, clear the ILS Zulu approach runway 35 right, report established.
Cleared ILS Zulu runway 35 right via Inler, will report established for GL44. Alright, we've been clear for the ILS. Okay, we can see the airport, runway inside already. Milano is probably here somewhere. The airport is pretty far from the city. There's actually another airport, Linate, which is more convenient but smaller. Alright, 1,000 to go, 4,000 is blue, we have the keynote set. We should have done our approach checklist a little while ago.
You want to do it now, or
yes,
is it too
let's go ahead.
Briefing.
It's been completed.
ECAM status?
Is normal.
Seatbelts?
Seatbelt signs are on.
Barrel ref?
Barrel ref has been set. 8901.
MDADH?
Oh, sorry, the barrel ref was the 1077 set 3 times, and 8901 is the MDA.
Engine mode selector.
Is normal.
Flare 5522 Malpensa, hello, descent 4,000 feet, speed 200 knots.
2200
What?
and descend 4,000.
Seems like it froze.
Oh no.
Oh, there it goes.
Master caution. Speed brake associated, that's good. Okay, is this a max? No, it's 190 expected. Alright. Now we're dipping below, but that's okay. Might as well, there's no point re-accelerating. So we're 16 miles out, we have both runways in sight, we're going for 35 right. Turning ILS, we can descend to 3000. Arm the approach. Lock start.
Flare 5522, flying heading 080 degrees.
080 for flare 5522.
Flaps 2, please.
Flaps 2?
Director, Aussie 121 with you, direct to Charlie 568 for runway 35 right.
Aussie 121 Malpensa, good evening, continue.
Continue, Aussie 121.
Okay, we're descending to 3000.
GL44, speed 200 knots.
Speed 200 knots for GL44. Well, he does want us. Okay, we need to go back. Flaps up. Flaps 1, please.
Flaps 1?
They want us faster than the published approach.
Aussie 121, descend 4,000 feet, speed 220 knots.
Yeah, they're bringing us in fast.
4,000 for Aussie 121 and
I mean, we're still 10 miles out, but...
Speed 220 knots.
Direction 220.
So we're on the localizer, green.
Faro 5522, turn left heading 010 degrees, clear the LS approach runway 35 right.
Turning to join the localizer and cleared the 35 right ILS approach for flare 5522.
And director, you still want us at 200?
GL44, you can reduce 180 and maintain to 6 DME.
Maintain 180 until 6 DME for GL44.
Malpensa, direttore, buonasera, Lufthansa Cargo A320, switch you out of 8,000.
Because once we reach the next waypoint, we have to go down, and going down and slowing down is tricky. Alright, let's go flaps 2.
Flaps 2?
American
Okay, 6 DME.
6,000 feet, descending 4,000 feet.
Alright, glide slope capture, 3000 is our initial missed approach altitude.
210, American 112.
GL44, contact tower 128.350, bye bye.
Tower 128.35, grazie mille GL44. Alright, we can reduce now. And gear down, please.
Gear down?
One of them might first log left, but at 52 later.
Kept us fast. And tower GL44 established ILS runway 35 right.
GL44, good day, 35 back to land with 3607.
Clear to island 35 right, GL44. Let's go flaps 3.
Flaps 3?
Boiler's arm out of sequence, that's okay. We'll be, I don't know if we'll be stable by 1000, but alright, with the runway inside, Pappy, is that 2 white, 2 red?
Next to the left,
Let's go flaps full please, and landing checklist.
Flaps full. Cabin crew.
Screen advised.
Auto thrust.
Is speed.
ECAM memo.
Is landing no blue. Landing checklist completed.
Good takeoff, straight 5 left, over the wind, but at 52 degrees. 1000.
Checked. Alright, the wind is pretty much up the nose. 7 knots.
FF238, behind departing FedEx 20 Neo.
On profile to white, 2 red.
And on the other side, all short of whiskey behind.
2 miles out, let's go, man. Autopilot off.
35 left 10, hold short of whiskey for Skyline 23.
A little to the right, correcting.
500. 400.
Land.
300. 100 above. 200.
Corrected too much.
Contact now ground 121.9, see ya.
Minimum.
Continue.
Skyfire 23, good day.
50. 40.
FedEx 523, that's contact Milano 12675.
Milano Tower, flare 5522 on final, 35 right.
5.
Spoilers, reverse green, decel.
5522, good day. Number 2, continue, proceeding traffic medium.
Number 2.
Okay, we're not gonna make this exit. Tap the brake.
70 knots.
Bye-bye. Channel 31 Hotel Golf Pedal again. Whiskey Bravo, line up and right to 35. Whiskey Bravo, line flight 35, that's Channel 31 Hotel Golf.
We'll vacate left at Echo.
Sir, 5522, expect late landing, please.
Sorry.
So we have now vacated the runway?
Not yet.
I mean, once we get past
Yeah.
this.
These are your favorite lines.
Sir, 5522, 35 right clear to landing, 360.
You see, it
No
didn't
wonder I
clear
feel
the
so
over
far away.
aircraft until we were past.
Okay, so we can stop these.
Yes.
Chronos are
Air 44, welcome to Milan, take right, Bravo, contact ground,
and
12185.
starting this chrono.
Right on Bravo and ground on 121.825. Grazie mille, GL44. Alright. So let's do the after landing checklist. Right on Bravo.
After landing checklist flaps.
Juliet, yeah, GL44 on Echo.
Yes, amendment to my previous, take right on Charlie, disregard Bravo, take right on Charlie.
Yeah, I was looking for that. Right on Charlie, no problem.
Charlie. Uncle Charlie.
Okay. So yeah, let's go at first flaps.
Did I forget to put them back?
Okay. All right. That's why we do the checklist.
Spoilers.
Right on Charlie. Have been retracted.
APU.
Is on.
Radar.
Is off.
And predictive wind shear system.
Is off as well. Thank you. Yeah, I was looking for Bravo. Alpha Charlie, but there's no Bravo.
Channel 31 Hotel Golf, radar contact Milano 12675, Charlie. 12675, Channel 31 Hotel Golf, goodbye.
Oh, Bravo was the... It's Alpha, then Charlie, then Bravo. That's confusing.
Oh, the first officer camera is frozen again.
Again? Okay. And ground GL44 on Bravo.
Yes, contact ground, oh yeah, you're still on me. You're called ground, yeah, ground 121.825.
My bad, ground on 121.825, GL44. Ground GL44 on Bravo.
So, 44, you're on Charlie, taxi to stand 109 via Charlie.
Stand 109 via Charlie for GL44. Alright, stand 09, did I put blah, 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 blah. Is it one of these stands? It's probably one of the stands here. Or that terminal. Okay, let me get the short from...
9247, received EDR request taxi.
It's the one chart I didn't print, as usual. Oh, 109 is pretty much straight in. I like that. Although we'll have to go all the way back over there when we take off, but
Roger, via Charlie, and then follow the Virgin A330, velocity 9247. Got a taxi light, mate?
Velocity 9247, taxi to all depend Charlie 5 via Charlie.
Charlie 5 via Charlie.
Yeah, 109, how convenient.
Velocity 9247, contact tower 128.35.
We have passed 3 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and stop and reset the chrono, and we can shut down whenever you're ready.
Alright, parking brake on. We can shut down the engines.
Okay, engine 1 off, engine 2 off.
Waiting for 5% and 1. And the ground crew. Service. Very good, very good. Okay. Let's request the boarding. So this way. Let's check our ACARs. One
And
more.
I'm resetting these.
Passengers bus is coming.
Okay, so we have our 4 times. No Arnell, stand 109er. Yeah, I never know if this is considered as a gate or not. I'll be generous. We'll say yes. There's no jetway, but not like a remote stand. Okay. We should be good to send it, unless I forgot something. No, it's queuing. It's all good. Perfect. Well, we made it. First leg for tonight brought us to the fashion capital of the world, Milano. So, welcome to Milano. We will do a quick turnaround and be back for another stream on a relatively short flight per WorldFlight standard between Milano and Lille in the northwest of France. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And I hope we'll see you in other streams and other video. Once again, thanks for joining us. Ciao!